Donald Trump has become the first ever president of the United States to be convicted for a criminal felony. Trump has been deemed guilty by a jury on all 34 counts in the case relating to paying money to buy the silence of an adult film star, Stormy Daniels, with whom he had had a brief relationship while already married. After a weeks-long trial during which Trump appeared in a New York court almost every day, the jury held deliberations for almost 9 hours before declaring their verdict. Trump had complained almost daily about the various aspects of the trial, initially attacking the judge and calling the entire matter a witch hunt by the Biden administration. He was then hit by a gag order, following which he toned down in his complaints, starting to talk about how cold it was in the courtroom. After his conviction, however, the gloves are off. Here's what Trump said after he was newly declared a criminal.
This was a disgrace. This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution.
But while Donald Trump is furious at everything related to the case, the prosecution isn't buying any of his contentions. The Manhattan District Attorney has said that it's not Trump's voice that matters here. It is the jury's.
I did my job. Our job is to follow the facts and the law without fear or favor. And that's exactly what we did here. And what I feel is just gratitude to work alongside phenomenal public servants who do that each and every day in matters that you all write about and make the press, and in lots of matters that you don't. I did my job. We did our job. Many voices out there. The only voice that matters is the voice of the jury, and the jury has spoken.
My colleague Rishabh joins us on the broadcast with the perspective on what's expected next. Rishabh, Donald Trump, of course, going on to say, I'm an innocent man. He has raised questions on the entire judicial process as well, but he is now the first ever president to be convicted for criminal felony. He faces up to 4 years in jail. What's expected next?
Well, there are two sides to it for that matter. Legally talking, now he has been convicted on 11th of July, 10 a.m. ET, the Eastern Time, local time of New York. The judge will pronounce the sentencing of Donald Trump, and that can be a probation, that can be 4 years on each count. Remember, there are 34 counts of felony on which Donald Trump has been found guilty. So, which means if 4 years have been given to each felony case, it could go on for years, but the maximum bracket is 20 years. So the judge can order up to 20 years of imprisonment in state prison to Donald Trump. But politically speaking, does it impact his candidature? Frankly speaking, no. He can still contest. He can still be the Republican face in the upcoming presidential election. He can even win that. And even if he's sentenced to jail, can run the government from behind the bars. The American Constitution allow that to happen. Apart from that, does this impact the other 3 criminal cases that Donald Trump is facing? No, not really. The trial in the other 3 criminal cases will continue as they are going. And when and how the verdict on those cases come in, we'll see how things impact this very judgment. But for now, the 12-member jury of New York has convicted Donald Trump, the first U.S. president to be convicted of felony, and that too on 34 counts. And what's the case? The case is about $130,000 US dollar being paid to Stormy Daniels for keeping quiet, a hush money case that
in a few days from now, here the sentencing will also come in, Rishabh. But Donald Trump, though, says that the entire process has been unfair.
Kane, sir, your dinner.
On a tile?
It's antibacterial.
Scratch resistant also. The plates?
Kane bhai, it's a tile ad.
IM Plus technology से बने world class tiles.
स्टाइल हो तो सिंपल हो।